Hi, my name is Ali, and in this video I would like to introduce you to the FVG Finder indicator of the cTrader platform. Stay tuned. The fair value gap is one of the most important issues in liquidity and is strongly considered in the trading style of smart money and ICT. The fair value gap in the chart indicates an imbalance of supply and demand. This imbalance in the number of buyers and sellers creates these areas, which can be identified by observing the candles. FVG areas are important because they can be used as support and resistance areas, price reversal and price start areas, and to determine stop loss and take profit when trading. There are many profitable trading strategies where FVG areas play an important role and can be found with a simple internet search and learned and applied with a little patience and diligence. The market always tends to fill the areas of the fair value gap, and after creating a FVG for this purpose, it returns to these areas. Although the time of price return depends on the time frame of its occurrence, market conditions, and many other components. This makes it difficult to determine the timing of the price return and requires a lot of experience and skill. A professional trader should always mark these areas on his chart and keep an eye on them, as these areas can be crucial for him. The FVG Finder indicator is an intelligent assistant for monitoring FVG areas, which issues warnings under various conditions and offers the trader numerous functions. This indicator helps the trader to accurately identify the FVG areas and mark them on the chart and use them to make profitable trades with a high win rate. Now I will explain the settings you can make in this indicator. Once the indicator has been installed, a user panel is displayed on the chart. This panel is designed to facilitate the settings of the indicator. The FVG button allows you to switch the FVG ranges of each time frame on or off. The indicator is designed to issue FVG alerts in 3 different modes. When creating an FVG, when the price hits an FVG, and when an FVG is filled or depleted. The Reports button on the indicator panel shows you a list of the warnings that the indicator has issued in the past. If you are not near your computer when an alert occurs, or if you have added the indicator to different charts, you will know which chart the alerts relate to and when they occurred. If the bell button is active in any time frame, the indicator will inform you of the events in that time frame. By clicking on the header of the panel, you can minimize it. And with the small button next to the panel, you can change the display position of the panel. Now let's go to the general settings of this indicator. In the Notification Settings section, you can manage the notifications created by this indicator by setting the API token and the chat ID. You can set the indicator to send you the issued alert in Telegram. If the Show Message Box option is enabled, a warning message box will be displayed on the screen. By default, this message box is removed from the screen after 3 seconds. You can change the time in this section. If the Play Sound Message option is enabled, you can hear the warning in 2 ways. The indicator can read it to you.
Create H1 bullish FVG Euro USD.
Or you can also set an audio file to be played when the event occurs. In the Event Settings section, you can also specify for the indicator which types of events you want to notify. As I said before, when a FVG is built, when a FVG is filled, when a FVG is touched. You can also set a time period for the indicator so that it only notifies you of events during that time. Note that if the bell is on in a time frame and an event occurs outside the set time, this event will be recorded in the report section, but will not trigger an alarm for you. In the FVG settings section, you can apply settings to FVG areas. You can define how many FVG areas above and below the price should be detected. If the Draw the Range from Scratch option is enabled, the indicator will mark the FVGs from the beginning of the range where they were created. Otherwise, the FVG ranges will only be drawn up to the last 5 candles. This option is good for those who want a clean chart. If the Show Only Unused FVG option is checked, the indicator will change the FVG zones and not take into account the zones where the price is penetrated. You can also filter the FVG zones by size by using FVG min size. One of the most important options of this indicator is Zone Removal Condition, which specifies when the indicator will remove the FVG zones. When a FVG is touched, when an FVG is filled, and when the price touches the midline of the FVG. In the Zone Settings section, you can set different display modes for these zones. 2 types of display modes can be set for the display of FVG zones: Rectangular Display Mode, Line Display Mode. Style and thickness are used to set the appearance of the lines and their thickness. In the Zone Extension section, you can set the zones to extend up to a few candles after the last candle. If you have set the display mode to line, the following 2 options are taken into account for this mode. You can set the FVG line to be drawn at the beginning or end of the area. You can also set the lines to be drawn to infinity. One of the handy options is Show Label, which shows the time frame of the FVG areas on the chart next to it, and you can change its color. In the Middle Line Settings section, you can set the middle line of the FVG areas. The midline level is used to set the position of the middle line, which is set to FIBO 61.8 by default. And you can set the color of the middle line and its style. In the Time Frame Color section, you can adjust the color of the FVG areas of the main time frames. The color of the FVG areas for the time frames that are not included in this list is set by the indicator itself by default. In the Panel Settings section, you can customize the transparency of the indicator panel. And you can also set the number of alerts that will be saved in the report section. If you would like me to add another feature to the indicator, you can ask me to customize it for you. I am always in the process of developing useful indicators that can increase the probability of success for myself and other traders. I have an indicator for everything, and I try to update them constantly. To see all the indicators, you can visit my profile on the cTrader website and see the details of each indicator. Thank you for watching this video. Good luck and win.